Thank you for tuning in to another edition of the Vulcan Report. This end of day report is for trading on Thursday, September the 14th, 2017. Um, Jumping right into the thick of things, this one goes out to you know who trade live cattle futures. This is a live cattle chart here on the weekly chart. Going all the way back, you can see where it hit a low of 96.10 after coming off of a monumental high of 171.65 back in the week of November the 24th, 2014. So quite a move to the downside here. And this on the back of a weaker dollar. All right, you can see here it got a bounce off the weakness of the dollar now, only to start going back down again on the weekly chart. This has been all over the place. Right now, it's trying to build a base from which to rally from. A close above 107.74 would definitely put an end to the downside and start a retracement back up toward the 112.52 resistance. And then if it can do good there, the next stop will be the 115.63 resistance. Now, you need to remind yourself that the cattle futures, if my memory serves me correctly, trades in increments of 5. So you would have to round that up. All right, so the 107.74 becomes 107.75, and the 112.52 becomes 112.55, and the 115.63 becomes 115.65. All right, so there you have it on the live cattle futures. What needs to happen this week, which is tomorrow, needs to close above 107.75. All right, let's see what else here. Let's deal with the euro yen. The euro yen has been trying to break this consolidation. You had this initial move here, and then you had the pullback here. So basically, prices are staying relatively in this trading range here. Really nowhere to go at this point. Top side of the range right now is 132. Bottom side of the range right now is 127.83. So you got about a 500 pip trading range that the euro yen is in. If it closes above 130.23 tomorrow, then it will maintain this bullish nature, and you can see rallies into next week. Right now it's trading a little bit off the highs, but that's where it is right now. So this one's going to be interesting to see where it goes from here, but looks like it wants to rally. Again, this, along with the next security we're going to look at, is a good indicator of the U.S. stock market, okay? So these are leading indicators to let you know what's going on there. All right, so the euro yen is showing that the stock market is still intact overall. Going over to the XIV, which is the second counterpart, is also showing health and looks very similar to the euro yen chart. All right, this one needs to close above 82.80 tomorrow, and it will carry over bullishness into next week as the market tries to make a run to 100 in the XIV. So this is looking very interesting. Going to the Bitcoin space now, the equity side of things, GBTC, more weakness here. Market got down to 481 so far this week before settling right now at 518.38. In order to put an end to this slide this week, tomorrow the market has to have a monster rally and close above 687.24. Based on the trading ranges that we've seen, that shouldn't be too difficult to do. This market can absolutely do that. If Bitcoin is going to reverse, then this will reverse along with it. Staying in the space, we're going to go to BTSC first, the one that I don't like. And you can see this one is extending its range to the downside as well. Needs to close tomorrow above 0.081 in order to put an end to the downside. Going over to BTCS. All right, this one here Needs to close above 0.1423 tomorrow. As long as it closes above that 14-cent handle, then it puts an end to the downward slide. All right. Moving forward, let's take a look now at AMD. Back on, type that in right. All right, AMD is still showing some weakness as well, but this is not too bad. If the market can get up and over 1264 tomorrow, then it puts an end to this sideways, stagnant, slightly bearish market, that we can get up and go and start trending higher again. Switching over to NVIDIA. All right, NVIDIA right now is still green on the week, needs to close above 166.01 tomorrow in order to maintain a bullish nature. In the overnight market, it sold off somewhat and got down to 168.05 after the close. So nice sell-off there. And as you can see here, we do have the staircase coming up. And this market is still maintaining a bullish complexion. So this one still looks like it wants to take out the prior highs here and make a run toward the 180 mark. All right, let's see what the Dow futures is looking like. All right, Dow futures hit a new high today, 22,178. As long as the market closes above 21,862 tomorrow, maintains its bullish nature, and we see more rallying into next week. What about that Russell, though? What about that Russell? Let's see here. Right now, Russell just needs to close above 1402.90. The fact that it's above 1400 at all is very telling. Looks like we put in a short-term bottom. Market's making its way back up. It's already trading above its momentum line and its trend lines. All right, as it marches back up toward the 1452.30 level. This is definitely one to watch, as it has been acting as the leader of sorts. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's see, GDXJ. Let's look at these miners here. All right, the gold miners right now still maintaining, hanging in there. Just needs to close above 35.35 tomorrow, and we can spill this over into next week and possibly stage a rally. Looking at the junior silver miners, SIOJ, same picture. Needs to close tomorrow above 1275 to keep this rally alive. Taking a look now at your gold futures. All right, gold futures right now is hanging in there as well. Just needs to close above 1316.80 tomorrow to carry over its rally in bullishness. Taking a look at silver now. Silver just needs to close above its $17.52 momentum line, and we can possibly see this thing get out of the cloud next week. This would be great. All right, as it maintains a very bullish outlook. Let's see, what else have we not dealt with? Oh, let's see here. Okay, Hack is still strong above 30. Still strong above 30, looking like it wants to break out and run topside. It'll be eyeing that $31 mark next week. Shouldn't be very difficult to do, as it is staying above the $29.71 momentum line. All right, let's see. Let's take a look at the strong bond. Got to talk about bonds in the news. All right, so the strong bond right now it has lost its momentum so far. Needs to get back above 155.23 tomorrow. So let's round it up and say it needs to get back up to that, getting close to 156. All right, and it's in the Kumo cloud, so you're going to have all types of volatility in the cloud, but it's still slightly above the trend line support. the orange trend line, which is at 155.10. So trading above that is also bullish at this point. So it's hanging in there. Remember, the 155 to 156 is anything over 155 is bullish. All right, you're in a bull zone, and you can see further rising prices. Anything below 155, and that opens up the door to raise interest rates without too much ramifications. All right, we haven't talked too much about oil, so let's go ahead and talk about it. All right, slipped back below $50 now. We're at 49 3/4. But here it is. Needs to close above $48.13 tomorrow to maintain the bullish outlook and possibly have an opportunity to get outside of the cloud and run back up to 52. So this one looks good for that, but you are in this Kumo cloud. As long as you're in the Kumo cloud, prices are going to be volatile and they're going to be spotty. All right, so you don't really have a clear trend at this point. This is just trading top side of the range. That's what you're seeing here. All right, have I covered everything? Oh, U.S. dollar index. Let's look at that dollar. All right, taking a look at the U.S. dollar index. Came up and touched the momentum line just like it did back here, but then it retreated back from it. So we got to close above 92.53 tomorrow. Got to do that to put it into this downtrend. If not, then more downside is coming for next week. All right, and let's just take a cursory glance at your cryptos right now, see what we got. All right, as it stands, last price on the Bitcoin was 3266.17. Dash is at 242.74. Ethereum's at 223.35. Litecoin is at 44.94. And PIVX is at $2.67. Steam is at 88 cents. Ripple is at 17 cents. All right. So you're basically looking at Bitcoin being down a massive percentage. Everything's down like just huge right now at this point. There's no two ways about it. Markets are just bleeding. They're hemorrhaging right now. As it stands at this hour, Litecoin is down almost 30%, man. And Bitcoin is down over 15%. Ethereum down over 18%. It's just carnage across the board. Just carnage. That's the only way to say it, is carnage. In other words, what's happening right now is there are more sellers than buyers. That is the best way to look at it. There are more sellers than buyers. All right. So with that being said, remember pulsewavetrading.com. Come learn how to trade these markets. Learn what the central banks don't want you to know. And remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back to these greedy central banksters. And I'm out.